Stock is down over 11% today, and that's not the only one down. We have companies like Broadcom down over 12%, Microsoft down over almost 6%, Alphabet down over 3.4%. And the main reason is there's this whole fear about the DeepSeek AI and how cheap it is to kind of do AI training. Now, on today's episode, Too Long Don't Watch, I'm going to say that this could be a good buying opportunity for the tech space, as there is a lot of overreaction. I'm also going to say this: if the DeepSeek is true, and that's a big if it's true, it's actually not game over in my opinion. And
well, here we go. My name is Chris Friel. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. I was mentored by 5 of the market wizards, the best traders of all time. I've been successfully trading since 2009, and this is where we save time, make money, and start winning with less risk together as a team. But before we start trading, let's get into the lesson of the day. And of course, stick around to see how we rank this out of 10 and subscribe if you haven't already. Well, I'll tell you one thing. If you're looking at a plunge, if you're looking at a day like this and thinking, wow, what a buying opportunity, we can't be friends. No. In fact, I don't even want to be in the same state as you. You're not allowed in Texas. All right. Texas is mine. You can have all the other 49 states and 307 other countries. I claim Texas. You go somewhere else. Look, is this stock getting demolished today? By God, it is. Why in the wide world of sports would you look at this and say, wow, what a great opportunity? I look at this and I say, wow, this just got destroyed. I'm going to leave this alone. I'm going to sit out and I'm going to make sure that my money is not at risk. Because what just happened here? In the chat, tell me, what just happened here? Right? We blew out this support order block. We blew it out. Man, I just thought of something vulgar, but I'm not going to say it. My wife would not be happy if I said that. We blew it out. We destroyed this order block here. This support order block was ready. Every time it came down, it was ready to buy it, bring it back up. Ready to buy it, bring it back up. This just destroyed that order block. It's gone tomorrow. Not only that, our trend template, the 10, 20, 50, all crossed down all at once. Nvidia's down 17% at the moment. And you're telling me this could be a buying opportunity. Bro, you go ahead. You buy that with your money, because I'm not touching it with my money. Not a snowflake's chance in hell would I. That was one of my dad's sayings. Not a snowball's chance in hell would I buy that. So no way, Jose. His name, I believe, is Jose, isn't it? Yeah, it is Jose. No way, Jose. I am not buying that. Not buying anything like that. This is the difference in a stock that you should avoid versus a stock you should buy. Whoa. Holy Maloney. This is the one stock I'm holding. This is the one stock he must be holding. You see the difference here? Trends work. And this order block worked for a while, and it just got destroyed. Okay? So do not look at this and say this is a buying opportunity. If you're looking at this and saying this is a buying opportunity, we can't be friends. No way.
And I'll explain a little bit more in today's episode. I also want to share my overall thoughts on how I would kind of allocate money, my own money right now. So let's get started. But before we go anywhere, make sure to hit the thumbs up. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Check out the pinned comment for special offer at fool.com/Jose. And check out my free daily newsletter, whatthechiphappened.com. The link is down below. Free newsletter. Check it out.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. And check out Full Description Service
this morning, because it is the stocks. Our Nvidia is down roughly 11%. Today's episode, pre-warning, is going to be very quick, very unedited. I am in vacation right now, and luckily I brought my laptop with me.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that. So this is a pro tip. We're going off topic here. This is a pro tip I want you to remember, right? When I think it was Steve Burns would tell me, don't trade on vacation. There is no sense in trading on vacation, because when you trade on vacation, you can't mentally be in the vacation, right? And I'll give you a perfect example. My family and I, we went to Disney World a few years ago, and this was during my gold trade, my second time to blow up my account gold trade. And I remember looking at my phone every day and watching my account just evaporate, right? The market's going down every single day that I was holding gold was going down every single day that I was holding it. And I had everything in it. And I remember standing at the window, looking out. There's this like hot air balloon thing over in the Disney Springs area. And I remember looking out our window at the hot air balloon thing and thinking, man, I blew it. I blew it so hard. And I blew it again. This is the second time I blew it. Right? And that sucks. That feeling sucks so bad. As a man, as a provider, as a trader, to see your account evaporate day after day, that sucks so hard. First off, I was trading against the trend like an idiot, but I didn't know better. But second, when you're on vacation, you can't mentally be there knowing that your money's at risk, right? When your money's in the market, your money's at risk. No matter what kind of beautiful trade that you're in, no matter the trend that's going, right? No matter what is happening, your money is at risk. Because your money's at risk, or at least for me, I can't turn it off, right? I got that ADHD brain. My wife says I'm on the spectrum. I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. If my money's at risk, I'm making sure that that risk is as short of a leash as I'll give it. And so I always tell people, if you're going on vacation, sell out of everything, go to cash. Yeah, you're going to miss something. It's okay. But what you're not going to miss is your family. You're not going to miss your wife and your kids. You're not going to miss making those memories because you are so focused on the fact that you're stuck in the past, right? Stuck in your trading plan. Hopefully you have a plan. And because of that, you can't enjoy your vacation. So to Jose, please don't trade while you're on vacation. Please. Let's catch up on the chat though. Wondering my take on the DeepSeek. Dude, I don't know. I mean, if it works, it works. That's cool. I don't care. I use ChatGPT way more than anybody should. You know, I'll tell you what, I use ChatGPT so much when I have questions. When I have a question, I'm like, how far away is the sun? I'm not Googling that anymore, right? I go straight to ChatGPT because I don't want to look through links. I just want the answer. Just give me the answer. Coach B says, good old buy the dip. Good old, no way, Coach B. Oh, that's what people are saying. Yes, good old buy the dip. Sebastian says, great, girls can trade too. Here they'll have to cope with us immature guys. Yeah, I know. Coach B says, it's already a 4. Yep, he knew that. That's where he was going here. Good old buy the dip. No, don't do that. Wes completely went out the order block the wrong way. Yep. And so that order block is going to disappear. Total rug pull. Sebastian down 17%. Mikey Mike, if you can't say something nice, get the blip out of Texas. That's right. Coach B, I have another order block at 105 on Nvidia. Let's take a look at that. Probably so. I would, yeah. My order blocks, though, the next one I have is down at 88 and 84. So I use TrendSpider. They may have different data than what you're looking at there. If you want to use TrendSpider, here's the discount code. But I have 2 order blocks on there, the 28, which is the default, and then the 50. Like the only thing you can change is the numbers on the settings. So I have a 28 order block and a 50 order block on there, both, of which I found incredible results using both. Let me catch up a little bit more. He said, damn, Nvidia moves fast up and down. Yeah, Wes. So now you hate the song 99 Red Balloons. That's a German song. I don't know that song 99 Red Balloons all that well. If I did, I would sing it for you because I know you guys would love to hear me sing, right? Let's hear Jose sing.
I don't know what told me to bring my laptop, but I'm going to do this episode just going to share my overall thoughts. And again, editing's going to be pretty slow as I need to go meet my wife and my little one for breakfast downstairs in the hotel in a few minutes. But I just want to share my overall thoughts as I...
Yeah. See, he can't focus. He can't focus on his wife and his kid because of this happening, right? Pro tip, please sell to cash before you go on vacation.
Now, a lot of us follow Nvidia and the AI market overall. So first, I mean, I'm going to talk about Nvidia in general, but maybe I'll push on to some other stocks later on. So we have the DeepSeek issue. And for those that are not familiar and not following DeepSeek is this AI company out of China. And this AI company out of China, what ended up happening is they have shown open source that they've trained AI models. The most important thing is that they trained AI models with cheaper solutions than any big tech player, right? I believe it's about 5 million versus the billions and billions and billions of dollars that all these other players have done. Now, there's a lot of reasons to think that this is not true. And we have a lot of discussions from multiple CEOs that this is not true. But The reason this is bad for NVIDIA is the perfect example, the perfect way to think about it is, let's say you were training AI before and you think you needed the best laptop, right? A $4,000 laptop. So everybody was buying these $4,000 laptops and it was super, super great for the seller of that $4,000 laptop. Actually, after multiple ways of optimizing, you actually realized you didn't need that $4,000 laptop. All you really needed was the cardboard and some pen and paper to be able to figure out all these solutions. And you didn't need the laptop, right? So it would be a huge decrease in demand if you were needing to do more and more training. So that's kind of the top level overview, if true, right? And it would kind of reduce the demand for AI chips in forms of training. Now, I'm going to talk about it in a bit, how maybe this might not be necessarily as bad because it could also be really good for things like inference, which is something that can kind of grow dramatically with things like this. But that's the main reason we have companies like Nvidia down 11%, Broadcom down roughly 13%, because we know that big tech player decided to build their own AI chips for training and for other types of AI solutions.
I also wanted to point this out while he's talking. The market itself is not a broad-based sell-off, right? There's a lot of green on here, actually. This is not a broad-based sell-off. This is highly concentrated in tech companies, right? Like Microsoft, Nvidia, Broadcom, Google. I mean, Apple's up 3.5%. Amazon's flat. Tesla is down 3 3/4, right? But this is not a broad-based sell-off. This is not a fearful stock crash right here. Where I'm going with that is when the market is it's a market-weighted index, right? So market cap weighted index. So the big names like this, when they have a big move, pull everything down, right? They pull the whole market down. They weigh the market down in this case, right? So it's not a broad-based sell-off. This is not a fear-based run to the hills, we're about to crash kind of sell-off here. It's concentrated. So I want to point that out, right? Don't get complacent that, oh, things are going to go back up, but also I'm not in the camp that we need all that much fear at the moment either. In fact, let's go to the SPY because I want to see what the fear and greed rating is. Catch him on the chat while that loads. Nvidia just announced DeepSeek is a good product, but that uses a lot of its chips. So there's that, I guess. Ryan, he's got to tell his kid there goes his college fund. MTB Thrill Seeker David. They use H100s, but they can't say it. Well, David, I can say, thanks for coming, bruh. Glad you're here. Randy, banks are up. That's what I'm trading. DeepSeek used a bunch of H100s. Healthcare's up too. So this is what I mean, right? We did have a little bit of fear in the markets a couple weeks ago, but the greed's been coming back in. And because it's so concentrated and not broad-based, I'm not fearful that we're looking for the big crash. I think a lot of people are, but they're not looking at it from a top-down perspective in my case.
So if they don't need that, you're going to see that the most. Then you have obviously the rough tech space like Microsoft down 6%. I say, look, you were over investing. One of the big growth opportunities for you was the AI space, very similar to kind of Google and Meta, right? So that's why we have these stocks down. I think if you don't care about the AI market in forms of training, every other tech player is, in my opinion, going to benefit from this, right? Let's not think about Nvidia. Let's think about maybe you're focused on the other tech players. If companies like Microsoft and all these other players, the ones you're bullish on, this, in my opinion, would be bullish as they're not going to be spending a lot of capex, and they will be able to integrate AI to their consumers in such a rapid pace that they can all benefit, right? Meta, Microsoft, Google, and the list goes on and on, right? We have Amazon even down 4.5%. So if this is true, I think the market is overreacting in the cloud service providers and any software players that used to have to.
I could see that, but always remember, the market can act irrational much longer than you can stay solvent. If the market's going to overreact and the price is going to go down, let it. Don't chase it. Let it go down, right? AMD, perfect example of people trying to chase a falling knife that just continues to fall. Let it fall, right? If you're like, oh man, AMD at 120 is such a great price. Well, you're probably going to love it today at 114. But let's say you do want to buy it at 120. Why not wait? Why not wait? Why not wait until, let me see if I can draw on the chart like I want. Why not wait until it reaches its bottom and then starts coming back up through the 120? You're still going to pay the same price, but you're going to be buying it at a much greater value. You're going to be buying it. I mean, if you're a value investor, whatever. I'm just trying to put this in terms of don't buy dips. Wait until the dips stop dipping before you start buying.
spend capex, and it should actually be very bullish for them, as they will be able to introduce a lot of AI solutions out of nowhere. So that's not looking at the semiconductor market. Now looking at the semiconductor market.
David, we can't be friends, my friend. Take back everything I said about you. You and I, you're dead to me. Just joking. You do you, bro, but I'm not touching that. Coach B says crypto's down. Not sure of that correlation. ESAT tried DeepSeek already. It's doing pretty good. Caesar Diaz. Glad you made it, my friend. First time I've ever seen you here. What does Daddy Trump say about DeepSeek? Ryan, I like TSM, waiting for that to go, and then whack.
I first want to give my overall thoughts. I think this is false. I don't think the real numbers that they gave are true. I think the market is completely overreacting to Nvidia. But there's always some truth. I believe that maybe there's some optimization, but those optimizations are not the 98% for that China is making, right? There might be a few percentage points of optimization, which is actually good. But for too long, my overall gut feeling is telling me that this is an overreaction, and the real money spent is so much more than what they're saying. Now, let's give the scenario that this is true. I think if this is true, it's actually not necessarily the worst thing. There's two scenarios if this is true. So if this is true, the worst case scenario is large language model.
I was wanting to see when he was looking at this, when he recorded this, it was down 3%. It was at 142. Right now it's at 117. That's pretty brutal. Mikey Mike, or David, sorry, wrong guy. David, you don't know that, dude. You don't know that. Do what you want with your own money. But you don't know it's going to bounce. Come back tomorrow, prove me wrong. But you don't know it's going to bounce. That trend template's pointing down, my friend.
Models was it for AI, right? That's all we cared about. Large language models was it for AI. If you think large language models was the endpoint of AI, then this is horrible news, right? Because now you're able to do it out of for pennies on the dollars, right?
David, to this point right here this morning, like somebody looked at that and said, man, what a great deal at 142. And now it's at 117, right? So just yesterday, somebody looked at this and they're like, man, it's a great deal at 143. Now it's at 117.
Right. So if large language models was the last point of AI, this is definitely bad news for Nvidia. Luckily, I don't think that, right? I mean, I think AGI will eventually be the future of AI. So LLM is just, or these advancements in LLMs and all these AI solutions is just a way to get there. So the real way I see it, if this is true, what's going to happen is the following. We're most likely going to get AGI, or this true AGI, much faster than anticipated. And if that is true, then we're going to get massive AI solutions all over the world. The way of robotics, humanoids are actually going to be super a thing, much faster than anticipated. So if this is true, the adoption of AI is going to come at faster levels. And overall, that's going to be bullish because maybe the training is not going to be intense. And I'm actually going to look for Satya and Microsoft's CEO.
All right, we're going to cut it here. Let's rank this video here. Oh, wait, there we go. Let's rank this video here. So for me, of course, we'll be live trading shortly. But for me, at first it started really weak. Like when he's like, oh, it's a buying opportunity. It was going to be not good. It was going to go in a 2 if he was like, oh, just buy everything because everything's going to go right back up. Of course, bro, buy everything because it always goes back up. Don't you know? Just look at AMD, for example. It always goes back up when things dip. Duh. He didn't go that far. But maybe I should have let him have a little more room to talk about it. So I'm going to throw this in a 4 because he did come to the table with a lot more he came to the table with a lot more information that I knew of. I definitely learned something about DeepSeek and all AI and all that stuff. So that's my personal rating. Let's see. Alan says a 5. Randy says 5. Ryan says 5, but I feel bad for him. Bob says ISN. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, man. Kristen, let's celebrate this mini pullback. Kristen, by all means, you do you, bro. Glad you're here, though. Peter, if it doesn't bounce at 117, it might go through your stop loss tomorrow. In fact, that's a great point. Market Wizard, Tom Basso, and I went back and forth about this specifically. He was like, listen, buy anything on any day. It doesn't matter. It really does not matter what you buy on any day. Doesn't matter, right? If it's trending down, trending up, who cares? He said, all that matters is if you know where you're going to get out. The only thing that matters is if you know where you're going to get out. Because if you know where you're going to get out, then whatever. Take the same amount of risk that you want in anything, right? So you know what? If you know where your risk is at, by all means, go for it. And if it happens to bounce tomorrow, bro, enjoy it, because I won't be on that train and you will be. So go for it, my friend. Jean-Louis says 5. Sebastian says 5. ESAT says DeepSeek Buzz puts tech shares on track for a $1 trillion drop. You don't get to do 7s. Nobody gets a 7, ESAT. You know this. Nobody gets a 7. Nobody gets a 7. Timeout for ESAT. Let's do today's member highlight. Okay, Mikey Mike had a question in the Discord, so I want to cover that real quick, right quick. Here. He was talking about, and Mikey Mike, please correct me if there's something that doesn't make sense about this. He's talking about, if a stock is moving up, can't I just move my half ATR up the whole way? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. By all means, do that. And Mikey Mike, that's called a trailing stop, right? Some people do it with moving averages, right? If the moving average is moving up, so let's go look at HSBC. If the moving average is moving up, that can be your trailing stop. You can use that ATR trailing stop. That's another indicator inside of TrendSpider, in fact. But yeah, I mean, you can continuously set a new bar every time that it goes up. So yeah, definitely, dude. I like that idea. Another one I wanted to talk about was, there was a comment here that came earlier today. It says, I'm not sure how to take days like today. I've been working the last month to identify breakouts as the price goes through the 50 moving average and the 10 and 20 and the trend go up, right? So he's learning something here. And yet days like today happen, and I'm not sure if I want to pull the trigger on the stop loss. Everything indicates it's going to go up, yet one day gap down. I don't know. Maybe it's a lesson I need to learn. So here's where I'd say this. Little Evan. A stock can do whatever, right? A stock can go up, it can go down, it can go sideways. You have two insurance policies whenever you put on a stock, right? Like if you crashed your car, you know, you've got your collision coverage there. You've got one insurance policy with how big of a position you're putting on, right? Be sure to appropriate position size. Don't throw everything into a stock and just hope for the best, right? That's a very, very bad recipe. Second is knowing where that stop loss is at, right? And it sounds like you had a stop loss, but you're deciding not to enact it. This was a struggle of mine for years, right? For example, let's say a stock's trading at 100 and my stop loss was at 99. That would come down to 99, and I'd say, I'll give it another 25 cents. It'd blow through 99.75 down to 99.50. I'd say, I'll give it another $1. It'll be fine. It'll go down to 98.50, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, frick. I definitely should have taken my original stop loss. And then it continues on, right? This is super common, like super common. It absolutely affected me. It probably affected a lot of people in the chat right now too. Don't feel bad about that. But I will tell you one thing. Having a plan and then executing the plan is what separates the best from the rest. Keep that in mind. This plan, my plan is different than your plan. Your plan will be different from, John James's plan. Having a plan separates the best from the rest, if you can follow it. In fact, when I was working with Larry Hite, specifically Larry Hite, first $1 billion hedge fund manager, market wizard Larry Hite, he said that if you do not enact your trading plan when it happens, right? If you get your signal to buy, but you're too scared to buy. If you get your signal to sell, but you're too scared to sell, just take your plan, wad it up, throw it in the trash can. You have completely invalidated it. It means nothing. And I think he's right. If you can't follow your own plan, you may not need to be in this business. One of the very best trading books ever is called Trading the Zone. And in that, he talks about how you have unlimited opportunities in the stock market. But it's those unlimited opportunities that cause so many people to fail. You had an opportunity to take that stop loss. Now, what you're probably feeling is this, right? What you're probably feeling is this. So this is from Mark Minervini, another one of my mentors. I saw this on his Twitter one day and I was like, I have to steal this, right? Knowing that you should sell a stock when it does this, right? You buy it and then it turns around, and that sucks, but it happens. because you're afraid that if you sell it, it's going to go up without you. Instead of just taking the loss, take the 1 to whatever % portfolio loss and moving on, you decide, you know what, I'm going to hold it in case it comes back up. But what happens is you get caught in these big, ugly moves, right? Because you knew you had that stop you needed to take, but you chose not to. And that sucks. I've been there, and it caught me out every single freaking time. You don't have to do that, right? Your stops are there on purpose, right? It's equivalent. You know, I mentioned insurance policy. It's equivalent to you taking that insurance policy, and as soon as you crash, be like, I don't need this shit. Throw it out the window. As soon as you crash your car, you're like, I don't need that insurance anymore. That's stupid. It's there for a reason, my friend. Another comment. Big thank you for helping me open my eyes to risk. Almost went all in on reviewing my positions and jettisoning stocks that I was holding on to were in a downtrend. Got rid of stocks that were being pumped up like AMD, ELF, and CELH. In just the last week, it saved me thousands in potential losses on stocks I was holding before the 10, 20, 50 outlier trend template, right? Only price pays. Open my eyes that I don't need to hold in a downtrend in order to be a long-term investor. And I do appreciate your perspective. Only price pays. So that reminded me of this book here. You may have seen this book. You may have read this book. I've read this book more times than you have. I can guarantee you that. I've read it so many times. The book is literally falling apart. Let me show you. Like it's about to fall right apart in half. So, How to Make Money in Stocks is a good book. He has his Can Slim methodology here. He's also one of the market wizards. I did not work with William O'Neill. But what he does do is the first 100 pages or so. Let me make this bigger. First 100 pages or so, he shows you chart after chart after chart of what a winning stock looks like. Now, I want you to tell me something in the chat here, and it should be very obvious. And you can see my notes right there. What do all these stocks have in common? Every single one of them. What do they have in common? Saw my bookmark there, didn't you? Every single one of them is in an uptrend. Every single one. Without exception. Every single one in an uptrend. Every time. Everyone. Now, fundamentals can give you reasons, can give you support, can give you backup to jump into a trade. But at the end of the day, only price pays. And I don't know how to make that any more clear. Because your fundamentals can be the greatest fundamentals of all time, but they're not going to go into your bank account as more money. Let me catch up on the chat here. Hope you guys don't mind. I love doing this. I can do this all day, every day, as I do. It depends on my personal situation. Okay. Wes, always respect your stops. Use logical placement for your stops. For sure. Mike, can the ATR be automated to follow the uptrend? For sure, man. I don't use the ATR trailing stop indicator, but I'll show you what it looks like because I've played with it. So this thin blue line right here is a 3 ATR trailing stop. In fact, let's do this. I'm gonna help out Mikey Mike. I like Mikey Mike. He's a good guy. And I'm gonna make this thicker so it's easier to see. Then I'm gonna make it purple because purple is my absolute least favorite color. And if it's purple, then I'll know to take it off. There we go. So Mikey Mike, the way that this works is once it hits a high, then it will go down X number of ATRs from there. You could put, 0.5, you could do 3, whatever, right? And so as HSBC is moving up, this trailing stop is following it, just like a moving average would, but maintaining that distance from the recent high. Hope that helps. Nvidia could gap up tomorrow, back up to the, it could, absolutely. No doubt about it. It could. Let's go back to Nvidia. God, 17.28% down. But it could also gap back down. Yes. That's a really good point, Wes. He said, China's distracting the crowd from DeepSeek and has a big backup plan. Looks like a big plan. Do you think it's a game? I think trading's the best game in the whole world, my friend. This is the world's greatest video game. And how cool that we get to play it every day. I just get to show you the rules because I had incredible mentors show me the rules. So we'll go on from here. Now be sure to share your stories over on our Discord, of course. And oh wait, Ryan had one question. Ryan asked me specifically to look at the running out of time. Ryan, we're going to table this till tomorrow. He wanted to look at selling puts versus buying calls, which is a deep conversation to have. But be sure to share your stories in the Discord. And the first row of outliers, tell everybody about it. And of course, hit the like button. I'm sure you learned something by now, right? Now back to trading in the outlier trading room. So what is outlier and how does it work? Well, as old Warren Buffett used to say, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. An outlier shows you if investors are acting irrationally fearful or greedy and by how much, allowing you to get into the stock before the outlier move happens. And you can get into outlier for just 82 cents a day, but this deal expires at the end of the month. So you might want to get on it real quick. Now, my style of trading is called the golden ticket trading strategy, and it always starts with the market. Sebastian, we're working on it, my friend. Now it starts with a trend template, the 10 over the 20, price over the 50 on the SPY. So let's go look at that. Now the 10 is over the 20, price is over the 50. I have made a decision that because it's really flirting with this 20 period moving average, I'm going to go to cash. I'm going to go to cash. And that is one of my rules. I'm not making this up on the fly. If it closes under the 20, wait to put on new trades until it crosses over the 10. Okay. So it very much looks like it's going to cross under 20, maybe stay there by the end of the day. We'll have to see. But to me right now, I'm going to go ahead, play it defensively. And listen, if it crosses back over the 10 tomorrow, I'll be ready to go back in tomorrow. But we'll have to play that out. So for me, this lines up to say, do not put on any new trades, but close what I do have. Wait to put on new trades. So I have one trade on right now. And rather than going through every slide, I'll just go to HSBC. HSBC has been a tremendous trade. I've only been in it for 2 days, and yet I'm making bank on it. Pretty sweet, right? CNP yesterday, I got out because it had a heat map stall. And it also developed that order block right there after I put the trade on. So that's the only one that I had other than HSBC. So I'm out of CNP as of yesterday. I'm going to get out of HSBC right now because the market is looking weak. That's my reasoning behind it. The market is looking weak. The market is a rising tide that lifts all ship, and a falling tide shows you swimming naked. Hectech, he sold puts on SoFi, closed a position last Friday because the order block, listen to you, and made his first $190. Not much, but it feels good. Dude, that's what matters, my friend. Caesar says, you know, it's a game when there's a lot of winners and losers. Yeah. Kristen. Is it Christian or Kristen? Probably Christian. Just ordered the book. Thank you for the recommendation. Oh, no. Actually, cancel your Amazon order real quick. This is good, but these are better. I actually pulled these off my shelf to mention them. Both of these were written. So my friend Steve Burns wrote this one, New Trader, Rich Trader, #1 all-time best favorite book for trading. Hands down, without a doubt. You'll even find the trend template in this book. Get this book, New Trader, Rich Trader by Steve Burns. Then this other book, How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market, co-written by Nicholas Darvis in the 50s. And then my friend Steve Burns as well. Incredible book. Super, super, super good in here. And just like in the How to Make Money in Stocks, there are charts galore in those that show you the only way it works is when the stock is trending upward, okay? The only way that this game works. And, you know, when you have risk on the table like this right now, I'm going to go ahead and go to cash. So yeah, we're not going to go through all the other slides because the market rules all. And so I'm going to go close HSBC. So let's open Tradier. So I am in, on my other screen is the business account. This screen is the personal account that you guys can look at. So this is the 47s, HSBC, February 21st, 47s. Let me clear that order here. So in order to sell this, sell to close, this is not a sell to open. I would go to the 530s. I'm sorry. I would go to the bid price which is around 530 on the 47 strike. And I'm going to do that on my other screen. What's the mid price right now? 535. Okay, I'll do 535. So I'm closing my whole position. Not filled at 535. Replace that. Let's go 530. Okay, I'm filled. Fill price was 530. So let's update the Discord. We'll talk about how it went. Any updates on positions? Yorn, my friend, hang on. We're going to copy this. And where's my HSBC trade? There. No, that's not there. Hang on. This one. Oh, there it is. Okay. Reply. So today is the 27th. Trade number 1 closed, HSBC. The 47 calls? Yes. 47 calls for 530. And it was because we had a market sell-off. I always like to put why I closed the trade, not just that I am closing the trade, but why. You need to have a reason why, right? 530 market sell-off. And then what was that account impact real quick? So I bought it at 485, closed it at 530, more than made up triple the loss that I made, or loss that I had on C&P. So this was a 9.21% gain and a where is it at? 2.97 account impact. So that is a 1.79% year-to-date return for your friend Chris. I could stop right here. So that's the only trades, 2 trades that I've had on all year so far is C&P, HSBC, 50% win rate. We'll increase that. Don't stress on that. Let's check on the chat here. Nerd. Glad you're here. I'm a nerd too. Just started watching this channel a month ago and I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad you did too. Randy, why not use XLF as an overall indicator when you're in banks? Totally could. But for me, Randy, as you know, I like to look at the market from the top down. You could do that for the sectors. You could do top down for the sectors for XLF. Let's do that. That sector looks freaking sweet, but it's also sectors running into an order block. If I were trading this, Randy, you know, I would actually be getting out of it like right now. Ah, it's Chris. Christian or Chris. Glad you're here. Christian's my Hungarian name. Bro, get some lunch. Don't be so Hungarian. Just joking. Got really interested in the Felix video. Cool. The Felix video I was impressed by. I'm glad to see people who actually know what they're talking about on the internet, not just pumpers everywhere. Thanks for your cast. Feel good and learn. You're welcome. Teddy D, what's up? Chris, beast of a channel. New subscriber watching from the UK. What part, my friend? I was in the UK last summer. We went to, flew into Edinburgh, drove down to Alnwick, went to the Alnwick Castle where they filmed Harry Potter 1 and 2, which was freaking sweet. I loved that. And then we went back to Edinburgh, and then Inverness, and then Skye, and then Glenfinnan, and then we flew out from Glasgow over to Dublin. So been over there for a hot minute. So let's see. Since y'all are here, let's hang out for a minute. So I've been wanting to make t-shirts. I want to get y'all's feedback. I want to put them in the merch shelf down there, and of course I'll be wearing them too. One idea I had was taking the NASCAR logo and sending this to my. I have zero design skills, let me tell you. But I have an incredible team that I work with. Sending this to my graphic designer and let her work on this. Making this 10, 20, 50 look like NASCAR, right? I think that would look cool, right? And the 10 in blue, 20 in black, and 50 in red, like on the charts. I think that'd be cool. Another one is going to say, only price pays. It doesn't matter what your fundamentals are. The only thing that pays is price. Only price pays. And then lastly, this OVTLYR logo, I think is pretty dang cool. and taking out the outlier. Where is it at? Taking out the outlier part and putting in the up and down charts to make like an X. I think that'd be cool. So these are some t-shirt ideas we're throwing around. If you want to throw some ideas in the Discord, that'd be cool too. Would love to hear that. Sean King says, first live stream tuning in from the UK. Man, everybody's from the UK today. OPP. I don't know what that means. Only price base. Duh. He said, hit and run, my friend. Keith, down with OPP. Yeah, you know me. Only price base equals fire. Making trading. Sebastian. Bro. Oh my gosh. I can't believe we didn't think of that. Hold tight. Let's do this together. This is a live stream. We get to hang. Sebastian, what a brilliant idea. Okay. Make America. By the way, Sebastian's from Germany. Make America great again. T-shirt. There we go. There we go. I love it. Sebastian is a genius. Make America great again. Make trading great again. Oh. Very cool. But this is my workflow with my editor. I just send her like the world's worst PowerPoints. She makes glorious magic happen. Make insert text box. Oh, that looks terrible. Hang on. Insert shape, this shape. Trading. Holy moly, I'm stoked about that, Sebastian. That was brilliant. Thank you, my friend. Mark is here. The smartest man that I know says that is lit. Make trading great again. Oh, we got through a little outlier logo on it too. A little outlier logo down there. So sick. I can't wait to wear that. You put the C in for that one for Sebastian. Do it in Vistaprint. Nerd says, haha. Very cool. Oh yeah, I'm stoked about that. I'm saving this, sending that over to Rudes. Rudes is my editor. Her name's Rudy, but we call her Rudes. Super sick. Thank you for that. So that's it. I'm in cash, but of course, tell me in the chat what you are trading. Keith says, stick to trading pro. I can't do graphic design for anything, but you probably can, and you can probably put in the chat what you're trading as well. Come back tomorrow where we'll help you save time, make money, and start winning with less risk together as a team. Now, YouTube's going to pop up a couple recommended videos. I recommend you click one of them. Have a great day.